It happened, boys and girls. Mostly boys. We have our first flop of the year. Congrats. That's the kind of news I like to wake up to. But Clinic, what game was this? Well, I'll tell you. Imagine a survival horror game, a sexy protagonist, dinosaurs trying to eat you alive. Dino Crisis Reborn. The game isn't actually any of those things, but it tries to be. Let's talk about it. Code Violet. That is the name of our first flop this year. I want you to remember it. Code Violet. Announced the 17th of January last year. It faced 2 delays. Yes, 2. Originally supposed to release last July. And after all of that extra work, this is the final product. Ooh. Yeah. That's not good. Alright, so we're gonna make a survival horror dinosaur game. Yeah. Now, does anyone here actually know how to make a game? Nope. Well, let's just wing it. What's the worst that could happen? The team behind this masterpiece is called Team Kill Media. Appropriate name because they are about to kill the studio.
So,
what went wrong for this game? Almost everything, but let's start somewhere. Code Violet is a third-person survival horror game. You're in a space station. You're trying to escape with your friends, but there's dinosaurs trying to snack on some jiggle physics. Now let us see what special features this game has. You know what that means. Hold the glasses. I don't want to see this game in 4K. Heart-stopping survival gameplay. Strategic inventory management. Explosive action horror combat. Stunning ray trace visuals with Unreal Engine's megalights. Sony's 3D audio, huh? Am I immersed now? I don't feel immersed. Adaptive triggers and haptic feedback. Gripping conspiracy narrative. Mind-bending puzzles. Terrifying prehistoric creatures. Look at this game, bro. It looks like it had a budget just to cover the jiggle physics. The main character is the selling point for this game. Lord knows it's not the gameplay. Does this look like a $50 game to you? I don't think so. Now, I'm not buying this game, firstly because it looks like ass, and secondly because the devs suck. Ass. Now, this game is a PS5 exclusive. Yep, that's right, exclusive to the PS5. Makes it sound like a premium experience, doesn't it? You see, it's only available on the one console, the PS5. You want to make your game exclusive to the PS5? Do you have to? You do know we're not giving you any money, right? Okay, I guess you can put the trailer on the PlayStation channel. Trailer, by the way, that ripped off Dead Space's Child Lullaby trailer. Remember that! Goddamn Dead Space is the best space! I don't know how Sony feel about this, but if I was them, I would not want this game attached to the brand of PlayStation. But then again, they paid hundreds of millions for Concord. So, who knows how Sony feel? Probably don't care. Probably don't even know what it is. Since making the game exclusive isn't a money thing, why do it? Seems like a strange decision. Well, that's where Team Kill Media really did try to do some team killing on the sales of their game. Did that make sense? I feel like that made sense. New Dino Crisis-like game is PS5 exclusive because you're all sickos. It's your fault they have to be a PS5 exclusive. You're too degenerate. It's too much. How dare you? For those asking us about a PC version of Code Violet, the reason we are not bringing it to PC is we do not want anyone modding vulgar versions of the main character as well as other characters in the game. They are afraid that you might make some vulgar mods on their game. For Brian over there to use. Yes, you, Brian. You know what you do. Not me. Never me. I don't partake in said degeneracy. Load up Resident Evil 4. Load up Resident Evil 4? Can't. Don't have it installed. We hold our voice actresses and actors with high regard, as well as our artistic vision for the game and story, and reject any form of destroying that with sexual mods, Team Kill wrote. Making a joke out of our art and possibly tarnishing the reputation of our voice actresses and actors is not worth the extra money we can make on PC. How noble. You see, this is about making their actors feel safe and protected. Makes sense, makes sense. Except the main actress looks nothing like the protagonist for their game, which may or may not be on purpose. It's poorly made, so maybe it is supposed to look like her. But it doesn't. This whole thing is stupid. Not putting your game out to the millions and the millions of PC players because you're afraid some of them are going to mod it? Mod characters that don't look like the actors. Mod a few pixels. If someone has bought the game, it is theirs to do with as they please. Here at Nintendo, we disagree with that statement. Yes, we do. It's not as if people will see a mod and think, the developers, they're disgusting. Why would they make this? I'll never buy a game from them again, I'll say on social media. Resident Evil mods are very popular, especially Leon Kennedy mods, because women are disgusting. They'll just never admit to being degenerates. But it's never damaged the reputation of Resident Evil or Capcom. It's so stupid. It's also so judgmental. Like all PC players are some degenerates, not us. Not us. They also started attacking people for questioning the exclusivity decision, which is always a good thing to do when you're trying to sell a game. Now, the other reason was because it would tamper with their artistic vision. Come in closer. Closer. Stop. Back up. I think the modders would have made this game better. Yeah, I do. The artistic vision. Can anyone find their artistic vision? Let me get my telescope. The hypocrisy of this situation makes it worse. As I'm sure you've noticed by now, because the editor version of me has been showing you clips of the game, they're sexualizing the character themselves. 18 outfits. One of the outfits is called Badunkadunk. Badunkadunk. One of the outfits is straight up lingerie. Seriously, what were they afraid of the modders doing? Putting her in some clothes? And during the game, it's not exactly like they're trying to keep the camera away from her cheeks. Honestly, seems to me like they're doing their hardest to make sure that the badunkadunk is always visible. And on top of that, you got the jiggle physics. And that's fine. I mean, I've been trying to push the industry back to sexy female characters for a while, as many of us have. But I'd also like the character to be good, and the game to be good. Also, just making the character's assets bigger doesn't automatically make them sexy. It helps. It's like the only part of the game they've put any effort into, because the rest of the game looks like, well, ass. It's terrible. I don't buy that the PC players are degenerates excuse from them. It's certainly a strategy to go with, though. No, I think there are many possibilities. It's possible that they couldn't be bothered to do a PC port because that takes time and money. It's possible that they thought PS5 exclusive makes it sound better than it looks. It's also possible they made it a PlayStation exclusive because it's much harder to get a refund from PlayStation. You're just not getting a refund no matter what. Although it would be funny if Sony did do that now. I only remember 2 times they've refunded games. That is Cyberpunk and Concord. Oh! And Mind's Eye. I forgot about Mind's Eye. 3. I have a theory that they've made the character sexy to appeal to the male audience while putting this statement out there to appeal to the game journalists because they will review the game. See, me and you, us, were on the same page. Whatever the reason was for making it a PlayStation exclusive wasn't a good one because they've earned a very special title. Code Violet is a bottom 5 rated PS5 game and the platform's worst exclusive so far. So deserved. Code Violet currently has a score of 40 on Metacritic, and you don't need me to tell you that's not very good. Just how bad is it though? Well, it's bad enough that after 5 years of exclusives, Code Violet being the latest of many, Team Kill Media's early 2026 offering is currently the lowest scoring PS5 exclusive in the platform's history. Damn, that's a low score. 40. Wear this title proudly, Team Kill Media. That is one hell of an achievement. Even IGN, 9 out of 10 for Dragon Age Veilguard IGN gave this a 4. Now that is shocking. Now, of course, we don't care what IGN rates a game. In fact, when they rate a game with a low score, it usually means that game is pretty good. However, I do think they got it right this time, if not even being a little generous. A 4. A 4! Code Violet is not the Dino Crisis successor you may have hoped for. It doesn't even clear the bar of being a successful clone of the various other third-person shooters it cribs most of its ideas from. Its dated map layouts and visual style let its predecessors down. The only weight I felt from its convoluted story and flat, empty characters were on my eyelids. Its anemic host of enemies are dull, and far more scary are the amount of bugs that were in this review build, that though a priority on developer Team Kills Media's list of fixes, hit Code Violet's balance and pacing like a life-ending comet from outer space. God damn brutal. Just laying the smack down on Team Kill Media. But ultimately, not brutal enough. Oh, and in typical game journalist fashion, this female character is not ugly enough. It's 2026. Stop forcing good-looking women onto my eyes. My eyes. Outside of being a missed opportunity to introduce a good new character into the greater video game lexicon, it also makes Code Violet's leering, pervy camera work and extensive dress-up options feel like it's crossing the line from fun into creepy. There are tons of characters in games who successfully make being sexy or flirty a major part of their shtick, and the best ones are those that come across as completely in control of their own image while they do so. So it's an unfortunate irony that in a post-Baldur's Gate 3 Stellar Blade world, one where people have never been more ready to accept hunky himbos and skimpy seductresses, Code Violet found one of the few ways to do it wrong. Leering, pervy, creepy, never change, games journalists, never change. Continue being hypocrites, it will never not be funny. Mentioning Stellar Blade as good sexy when games journalists take a swing at Eve whenever the opportunity arises because she's too sexy is just next level hypocrisy. Now sure, this blog poster might be different, but to claim that sexy women are now accepted when games journalists absolutely do not accept them is so dumb when they work in that industry and work with those people. You don't hate games journalists enough. Actually, we like sexy characters. We liked Eve all along. The chuds are the problem. They're just too pervy. Okay, can't wait to see more of that narrative. Now, I didn't play this game, but it would have made a funny review segment, but I was not spending money on this. It's $50! In what world is this game worth almost the same as Expedition 33? It's poorly made, very poorly made. Look at the animation for the dinosaurs, the combat, the facial animations. It's bad. It's not a good game, and it never looked like a good game despite advertising itself as some AA or AAA game, which has only made the reception it got worse. This is a low budget indie game and a bad one, and that's okay. It's okay to make a bad game, but the developers were talking about this as if they made the next Dead Space, a Dino Crisis successor. It's neither of those things, it's just wild. Now, if it was advertised as some low budget indie game, then sure, gamers can be sympathetic, they can give developers leeway. Also, don't charge $50 for a shitty indie game.
My God, man!
Team Killer Media may be the dumbest bunch of game devs across the gaming space. Maybe. There is a lot of competition for that title right now. What makes this funnier is that this isn't even their first bad game. All they do is make bad games. This isn't a surprise. They made a game called Quantum Error, which Young Ye was a voice actor for. Not relevant, but funny nonetheless. I do not know where this team gets their money from because it ain't from game sales. They've also got a shitload of games in development. Where is the money coming from? Someone tell me, please? Please don't spend money on this. I never tell people how to spend their money, except for just now. Because it's your money, spend it on what you like. We all have different tastes. But this game is a scam. $50 for that. No, don't buy it, not even for a laugh. They are clearly a bunch of scumbags that are trying to make as much money as they can by making bad games that clearly rip off other famous games. What a joke, boys. So there you have it, PlayStation's first flop of the year. That has nothing to do with PlayStation. Here's to a few more. Phantom Blade looks good though, very good. Just a quick little note here for those of you that have been here for a while now. You may have noticed my video output has decreased to 2 videos a week. It sucks. I'm not happy with it. The reason is because I need to work more. I need to make more money. Houses are expensive, which means I have less time to make these. I hate taking away content. I always want to give more content. Hopefully one day I can go back to 3 videos a week. I wasn't burnt out. I love doing this. I love talking about video games. It just comes easy to me. So I'm sorry, but 2 videos a week is doable, 3 isn't. Not right now. I appreciate you all though. See you in the next one.